I'm trying to. Hey, we're live. All right, I'm trying to work out because it looks like I'm looking off to the side there because the camera's right here and the chat's over here. So I'm going to be looking kind of off.
I always look kind of off, so no big deal there.
Well, I thought I had moved the camera over enough to where it would be kind of in line because typically the camera's over here and I'm looking at the second monitor, but the second monitor died. So we're just working with the single monitor and the camera here. I tried to reposition, but it's a little bit off. But that's okay. Nobody wants to look at my ugly face anyhow.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Rich.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. You know what I got for my wife for Valentine's Day?
Hmm,
Nothing.
nothing.
She got nothing for Valentine's Day because I didn't even realize it was Valentine's Day until about 1:30 my time.
I meant to ask you this. I almost called you this morning and was like, "Is the lady gonna be okay with this?" Because
Yeah, she don't care. I mean, she never celebrated Valentine's Day as it was. Hey, and there is Mr. Brown. Howdy, sir. Man, good to be back. Good to be back. I have been buried with stupid amounts of work. Not only normal day job work, but side work,
you realize
which
we've
is
been gone
where
for a
my
month.
man, it's where my evenings, typically when there's a lot of side work, it eats up my evenings and my weekends. But I kind of am usually able to manage like Wednesday night now. But man, I got like four customers that all came in at the same time with like kind of medium sized projects. And it was like, hey, we need these in a hurry. And it was like, oh, okay.
Brian in the
North
house.
Rock RC Brian. I think this is. I think that was formerly RC Pit Products, Brian.
Oh, Brian Taff.
I think so. I'm not. I'm not exactly sure. He'll
Is
have
that
to confirm that.
one and the same Brian?
So yeah, I was literally just spending all my evenings
Hey,
trying to
look at
get
that. We
all
were right.
work done.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to mark that down on the calendar. That's the one thing I've got right this whole month.
um, but yeah, I mean, and beyond that, it was I haven't even been like following a lot of stuff or paying much attention to a lot of stuff.
To the RC world. Oh,
RC World, I can pretty much confirm that I'm not really much in the RC world anymore. I that motorcycle has been sitting in that same exact spot for like at least a good month and a half. The rear tire is off of it because it's bald. I have a new one sitting over there. I just haven't bothered. I took the old one off. All I have to do is
I don't know,
undo the
man.
sprocket and mount it to the new wheel and tire and put it back on, but I just haven't done it.
You know, as involved as we were in the RC world for so long, yeah, it's not too surprising you and I are
And
a little burnt out on that.
well, and I think the way both of us exited with a particular group, I know for me it kind of tainted my RC,
It's a
not
lot harder. I'll
RCness.
say that it's a lot harder.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, I still love my RCs, and I still, at this point, I still enjoy working on them. I think uh, probably probably working on them more than actually going through the process of driving and filming and doing all of that.
See,
Like
Brian,
I don't even have my Adobe Premiere subscription
I
anymore.
don't anymore. Yeah, no.
So even if I did go out and film, I would have to go download a whole new
Editor.
editor. I'd
It,
probably do DaVinci since it's free. Um, but beyond that, just having the time to
Brian
sit
said
down
he took
and
a break. I don't know if you saw that or not. He had, and
yeah,
that's the thing too. Is like when you take RC as a hobby and you make it work, and you make it a job, it turns into something different. It can be a lot
Yeah.
more stress and a lot harder.
Anytime you take something that is usually fun and you turn it into a job, you
Ugh.
usually ruin it.
That's a good way to destroy it.
But no, and so yeah, I mean, crap, I have done literally not very much for the last month.
Well, I plan
Uh,
on getting out this weekend, but I haven't been out. I mean, dude, it's been cold and the weather's been shitty and everything like that. So
that's the other part of what has been going on was we had the snow that came. Um, that was the first week I got bombarded. We got the 2024 blizzard that came through Tennessee, and uh, we got I don't know, we got a good foot of snow, and then it just stayed on the ground for like a week and a half, and we just got snowed in.
it's all right if you got paddle tires in your car.
I Yeah, I mean, I can't shovel my driveway. My driveway is like freaking 300 yards long down a steep ass hill. I can barely walk down it, let alone try to get a shovel out there to shovel the snow off of it. So I was like, all right, well, we're home until the snow melts.
Yeah, see, RC became work. Yeah, when it becomes work and it's a job, it's a lot harder to enjoy the hobby part of it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like I said, I still love my RCs. I actually have been eyeing my Baja Ray because I'm sitting here at work and I'm looking at it every day for hours and hours, and uh, it's such a cool truck. Such a cool truck. I need the weather to warm up so that I can get that thing out and
Right.
play around with it, because that I think that one most of even more than the motorcycle at this point. I've been eyeballing it like, man, I haven't. I like got super stoked on that thing. I ran it a bunch in the beginning. Then I got the motorcycle, and then it was like that thing just got put on the shelf, and I forgot about it. Uh,
Hello to the lurkers in the back.
yeah, what's happening, lurkers? Yeah, the other thing that's sort of kicked off in the last month is all my sim racing.
Yeah.
That has gotten to be something that is starting to get busy, and it's going to get busier because I'm signing up for a couple series to start running. I'm trying to work my way through iRacing to get into the to get my dirt oval license up high enough so that I can sign up for to run the World of Outlaw series, which is typically a winter time esport.
Coach D in the house.
What's happening, Coach D? But uh, I think I have plenty enough time to get my dirt oval license up there to get into to run the sprint cars, because there's actually several sprint car series I want to run. Probably the paved official USAC series for sprint cars. I've already got all my stuff set up to go for the iRacing Chili Bowl next year in January.
Okay.
But yeah, beyond that, and sim racing is fun. I know I bagged on it quite a well. I bagged on sim racers for spending gobs and gobs of money on their setups, and to a certain degree, I still stand by that. That spending gobs and gobs of money on building a really fancy place for you to play your racing video game is ridiculous.
Right.
Um,
I don't know. Look at you say that, but then I think of the person with the IKEA fucking stand behind them that's full of RC cars.
Yeah, and I mean, there in everywhere you go, there's going to be people who do the excess. They're going to go to the extreme. Um, for me, I just got something so that, I'm comfortable. I
Right.
got myself a nice, frame with a bucket seat in it because, uh, a good, 50 lap road race is, a couple hours sitting in that chair. And originally sitting in my old office chair, um, I could run one race and then I had to stop.
Walmart
My
traffic stands for
back
the
would start
win.
hurting. Yeah, Walmart plastic stands.
Yeah, when you're not out there ripping people off, it's a lot harder to afford those IKEA things. So you got to go down to Walmart.
Bamboo X1 carbon.
What is
Yeah,
what is
I
the
have.
bamboo? What is that?
I think that's one of the. I think that might be one of the Chinese.
Is that a knockoff of the Vanquish carbon?
Oh no, the bamboo. That's a 3D printer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, and those are nice too. Yeah. Oh, Brian's gonna be having some 3D printing fun there.
I saw somebody that was probably the coolest thing I've seen in a while. Somebody 3D printed a Datsun 280Z.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
And I saw somebody did they 3D printed up a body so that they could do the metal masher route,
Sure.
so they could lay the aluminum over it.
Okay.
And that would be something really cool. I mean,
That's a lot of work.
if you don't have if you don't have the money to drop $600 or $700 to have metal masher make you a custom metal body, um, you know, you could easily go out and drop, the same amount of money on a 3D printer and start making them yourself.
Right.
Because the way this guy showed the process, it way easier than the way Metal Masher does. It may not look as good, but
Well, I mean, if you take your time and perfect it. Haven't bought anything in RC in over a year. Just ordered the Ascent crawler.
that reminds me. I'm a good old freaking Associated Element, dropping a 12th scale ecto now, and it seems like their most recent new offerings have been 12 scale. And even Harley mentioned it on the Scale News that they're looking at that different price point. 10 scales prices are climbing because inflation and the whole chestnut. 18 scale, 24th scale, those are you can do a whole bunch with them, but it's not the same. 12
Right.
scale 12 scale is it's not quite mini. It's not quite 10th scale. So it's something smaller ish that you can come in at a price point where, sitting on the shelf next to a 10th scale, you'd be like, oh yeah, that one's smaller. But, if you're just out crawling around on the rocks or trailing, who cares?
I bet women talk about exo cage the same way. Sorry, I had to throw some in there.
Yeah.
Did you get the blue or the red one? Brian wants to know.
Well, the Ascent, is that the Red Cat?
You got me, man. I've been so out of the loop.
Yeah, I mean, I just got caught up on Biddy Designs is like going crazy. Red Cat going crazy making bodies, like all kinds of crawler bodies. And,
Red Cat. I mean, Red Cat definitely made some moves over the last year, man, with the truck and the lowriders and all that stuff. I mean,
And Harley was just showing that they're going to do like a 1994 Nissan mini truck with a dancing bed.
oh yeah, the dancing bed.
Yep.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
you can't do lowriders without eventually getting into the mini truck phase of lowriders, of which the pinnacle would be the dancing bed.
What was that, 2 or 3 years ago when the guy had the decked out truck at USTE?
Yeah.
That's where this all came from. He did a truck like a show truck, which had the bed and everything like that. But I feel like he wasn't the first one either. I feel like that was actually done before him as well.
Probably. I remember the guy. I can't remember his name. But yeah, I do remember that he had won something at USTE before, and he won with that truck.
All right.
It might be the same guy that did the Twister Jeep with the tornado thing in the bed. It might have been the same guy.
I can't remember his name. It's been so long.
Yeah. And hey, man, kudos to Jeremy Griffith for opening up his own brick and mortar store. I think it's only about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours from me.
RC Attic, maybe. I can't remember.
I
remember the truck being like it had a real 90s theme to it. It was black and it had like a pink stripe with a little bit of blue accent in there.
Yeah, Kelly, that 100%. Red flag stop.
With all your gear on.
So, King, what's happening? Yes, red flag stop when, like, you don't know if it's going to be long enough to where you can get out of the car, or you got to sit in the car with all your crap on. And yeah, the worst part is sitting in there for like 30 minutes with all your crap on.
You canceled? I don't understand, JM, but thanks for being here.
You weren't. I think he meant you weren't.
Weren't. Yeah, okay. Weren't canceled.
No, we weren't canceled. I just got log jammed with work.
I'm sure a few people would like it if I didn't show up.
Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people would be
oh my goodness.
Stopping the show, but not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's the only place where I can actually say something and nobody can say, "Hey, shut up."
Well, and I mean, this is our own little...
I don't understand. Everywhere it's one of those things. It's like you start giving your opinion somewhere about something, and then the very first thing I get is, "Hey, man, you come in here with your negativity."
Well, because the world, and especially social media, is such a pussified version of its former self. Soap King, nice. But they only blame JB. I know. Yeah, JM, by the way, I've seen you've done a couple live streams. They have popped up when I'm scrolling through the YouTube on the TV.
Are you telling me I haven't trolled JM's live stream yet?
I wanted to.
Gotta get to that shit.
I was in the midst. I've been sitting on the couch with the laptop and working, and like YouTube or whatever running in the background while I'm working lately. And I came across a couple times, and I know I went in and I turned it on and I hit the like button. The last time, it seems like it was fairly recently, within the last few days. The last time I got in like 10 seconds before it was over.
Random 2 a.m., 7 p.m. next week.
So, I mean, shit, all the crap that's happened in the last month. Holy crap. All kinds of stuff has gotten. We had Daytona 24 hours. Supercross season has gotten started. Shit, now sprint car season has started back up again. High Limit had their first race last night. The High Limit took over the All-Star. So now we have High Limit and World Outlaws. World Outlaws had their show over the weekend. Late Models are running down. They're all down in Florida last week and this week. Daytona's coming up. The Daytona 500 coming up on Sunday. Remain nameless stream with Exo Joe as a guest.
Oh yeah.
No, didn't see that. That was probably exciting. About as exciting as me wiping my butt
With sandpaper.
I did try to sit through. I managed to get through 4 minutes and 32 seconds of an 011C show.
You did better than I did.
It wasn't this Monday's, it was the Monday before's show. And yeah, God. I don't understand after so many years doing a show that every show starts with, are we live? Are we on? Did it start yet?
Hold on, I gotta wait for wait a second, I gotta wait for the chat to come up. Hey guys.
Like, holy shit, guys, you guys have been doing this long enough that there's a little red bar that pops up when you go live. Zoom, StreamYard, whoever you use, it literally tells you.
I'm not.
You're live.
This guy is just fucking ridiculous.
I don't
even have niceties anymore. I tried.
I understand being tech challenged. I am not tech challenged. I got one, two. Now I have three computers. I got my laptop, I got my work computer, and now I got my sim racing computer.
Oh shucks, it's style these days. That's right. You know what I tell you? Because if you pretend like you just don't fucking know, people give you a break 90% of the time.
Well, it's freaking sad. It's partly it's just sad that you got to put on the act. I don't know anything. I don't know how do you put this thing on your phone, and how do you? Come on, man, you know how to do it. Shit, you sit around half your day playing around with your computers and your phone anyhow. You know what the hell's going on. Stop acting like you don't.
I try to pull that bullshit with my wife, like, hey honey, how do you load the washer? I don't know. It's difficult. I don't know how to wash these dishes. I don't know what is this? What is this thing? Collecting water. What happens here? What do I do with this? I tried that one. I did get elevated though. I'm now dishwashing supervisor because we've now officially elevated the kid to be the official dishwasher now. Yeah, they have no problem finding Pornhub. Aren't you funny? That's our first 1,000 points to NorCal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. The Czech challenge never have a problem finding the porn or the OnlyFans, or they know how to click that button to go to their Facebook. Hey, look, I gotta like this. Or Instagrams or Snapchats. What else? What other ones are there? Oh, the Twitters. I can't bring myself to call it X. It's Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter. You can't just change it. You can't just change the name because you're Elon Musk and you're the richest man. Well, I guess you can, but not everybody has to accept it. I don't accept it. It's Twitter. It's still Twitter. Which is quite possibly one of the most useless social media apps next to TikTok. Almost as useless as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce dating. Who else is tired of that horse shit?
That has been all over.
I saw somebody posted that Taylor Swift got 54 seconds of screen time during the Super Bowl.
Damn.
First of all, she's an idiot. Okay, she's a billionaire idiot, but she's still an idiot, making lots of money because you run around and shake your ass and you can carry a tune. Ain't that fucking difficult?
That's right. What am
My
I,
parents told me
Cinderella?
the reason they had us was to do chores. What am I, Cinderella? Yeah, I don't. Well, whatever happened to the Epstein list? The Epstein list came out, and then all of a sudden, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dating, and that's all anybody in the fucking news ever wants to talk about.
Nobody wanted to know that Tom Lee RC was on the Epstein list.
and freaking Kevin. JB was on it.
I couldn't cut that list, dude.
Yeah. I don't have enough money to be on that
I
list.
can't even fit in that. Yeah, I don't even fit in the same tax bracket as that list.
Yeah, along with what was it, the Her report that came out where the dude said, yeah, Joe Biden's old and he's forgetting a lot of shit. And all of a sudden there was, is Travis Kelce going to propose to Taylor Swift? Well, fucking, they only been dating for like a fucking month. What do you think? Why do you think all of these famous people get married and get divorced in like 6 months? Because y'all talk about shit like that. Namely, everybody thinks of Taylor Swift as like this little. She fucking 30 years old, dude. She 30. She ain't a little kid. She's not a teenager. She's not 20-something. She's a 30-year-old fucking unmarried spinster who still lives with her parents. Technically. I mean, she bought the fucking $30 million mansion that they live in, but still, she still lives with her fucking parents, and she still ain't married, and pretty much every guy that's ever dated her fucking hates her. I've said it to my wife a bunch of times. There are those
I've heard that they found
women that are just fucked in the head. Jennifer Aniston couldn't stay married to Brad Pitt, who appears to be like the most easygoing, laid-back guy on the planet. And even he couldn't tolerate her.
I keep waiting for my cease and desist.
From Jennifer Aniston?
That's right, yes, from Jennifer. If anything, it'd be Jennifer Lawrence. She's way cuter.
Yeah, I do like Jennifer Lawrence. Hunger Games was pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tolerate her. Like, maybe if I could hire a plastic surgeon to just like sew the middle part of her mouth shut, so the outside part so she could still like slurp through a straw and breathe, but don't fucking talk. Legal deposition.
I think I've heard the same thing said about Harley before. You know?
And exo caged. And half the members of Operation 11 Charlie. Did I say that out loud? Oops.
Well, I mean, as much as we bring that up and blah, 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 I don't have anything but time on my hands, and that all I do is run around and bash them sons of bitches. And I love the fact that, most people just want me to shut up and go away. So
nobody wants. It's the weirdest. What do you call that? Like an enigma of social media, which is pretty much just drama central.
I just don't understand why would you like. You're going to research an RC car. You're going to look at it. You're going to know everything about it. You're going to watch the unboxing video. You're going to, check it out. But you'll give the same amount of money to somebody just hand in hand without doing any kind of like I know it's cool, man. Here you go.
Yeah. And the amount of
Like,
people
okay.
that will walk up at an event and just, throw a $20 bill in it. I mean, I saw people drop $100 bills in
I'm
the
not
in the
even gonna go.
donation box.
I don't want to bash on these guys. These guys is so stupid.
It's exactly what you said. It's amazing that people go as far as they do to research a new RC car or a new transmitter or a new
Yeah,
ESC.
you'll ask a dozen questions to somebody at Facebook about their RC car, but you won't ask 2 questions to the person you just handed money to who says they're doing a good thing. It's like, all right.
It's the hey, do you want to round this up to the nearest dollar, and we'll donate it to the kids charity fund? Oh yeah, sure.
By the way,
No
since we're
problem.
talking about this, I'm going to drop my Vimo into the chat here. You guys can just hit me up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to think that, they want to say that they're doing their part. Man, I'm helping. Yeah, look at me. I did my part. I gave my 39-cent round up to $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I saved someone's life today.
Down at Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I rounded up the dollar. RC
Yeah.
propaganda. What's good, motherfuckers?
What's happening, man? That was the.
It's almost a little Christopher Walken right there.
Yeah. Never donate money. It's all a scam. Everything you can possibly donate money to, it's probably most of it ain't going to where you think. Most of it's going into the pockets of somebody. You know what, propaganda? It's actually interesting that you asked that because
just the one hair.
I did get my hair cut, and you know what? I did it myself this time. For the first time ever, I bought myself a freaking razor, and I just buzzed my head all by myself. A little bit of help from the wife to get the back all squared up and everything. But oh man, it's freaking awesome. In 3 haircuts, it will have paid for itself. I've been going to the barber for years and years, and I am going to miss part of the barber experience, but I'd rather save the money.
I like that, Earl. Good
Earl, job. What is happening? Try what I do on Roundup. Just put it on a receipt. They say we can't. I say sorry, can't donate. Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't round up. I don't. I won't put money into the jug and whatnot, because there's far too many times when you hear and see stories about all of these charity organizations that, oh yeah, we bought a private plane because we do a lot of traveling and it's cheaper. Motherfucker, how is it cheaper? You bought a G5, dude. It's like $13 million. You know how many coach flights you'd have to take to pay $13 million? You can fly for like 35 years, twice a week, and still not. So don't, yeah.
Jesse Baker,
what's happening?
Welding up the ass end of the world.
Nice. I did that about. It was right before I married my wife. I had not cut my hair. I had let it grow out for probably 2.5 years, and it was probably right about here.
That's where I'm getting there. My hair is finally. It would look like I have a bad comb over right now if I pulled off my hat. But...
What? I don't know if you know it's here.
Oh man, mine is so bad. I don't know about you guys, but my widow's peak looks like.
My widow's peak used to be down here, and now it's like way up here.
God, getting old sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not to go ape shit, but I mean, I don't know, man.
So, hey, now that we got a bunch of people here, how about, has anybody been paying attention to Supercross this year? Because it's actually been Hey, RC Propaganda, happy birthday and birthday on Valentine's Day.
Is it really your birthday on Love Day?
That's pretty freaking cool. Happy birthday, man.
God, imagine how disappointed your dad was today.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. You're awesome. Thanks for being here.
Kelly, I think I'm at almost a 5 head right now. I think I'm almost there. But yeah, Supercross has been fucking gnarly this year. Jet Lawrence came out, won the first one, and pretty much everybody's like, "Oh, gonna be an undefeated season. He's the greatest of all time." And then he has proceeded to suck for every race after that, except for one. And how about Ken Roxon winning last weekend, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm not a big Ken Roxon fan or anything, but it's kind of nice seeing the old-ish guys hanging in there. I was a big fan of Chad Reed and Kevin Windham. Them guys rode hard for years and years.
What? Now
Good
that's
kid.
that's something.
Anyone see that cop video where he unloads on his
No, but now I'm gonna have to.
Oh man, Carmichael. You know, I was always a Ricky Carmichael fan. I was a when he was like right before he retired and right before he left, and kind of Bubba Stewart was coming in. I was I was kind of sad because it was like, oh man, this is the end of the era and all of that. But after he retired and he started the announcing thing, I was kind of like, oh, dude, you should just retire, go away. First of all, he's a terrible announcer. He does all the Supercross races, and Weech, who's the other announcer that does play by play, is so much better than he is. But oi, he's terrible. He's almost as bad as Jeff Gordon was in the booth for Daytona. For as good a driver Jeff Gordon was, he was a terrible announcer.
No, wait, I'm just reading this story now. This is hilarious.
Mag dumps on his car thinking it. I got roosted by Rick once at Southwick Outdoor. I rode around the Pyru track with Kevin Windham and Jeremy McGrath, and you think you're fast until you get on a track with like a professional, and then you're like, I'm the slowest person on the planet. But man, I'll tell you what, Kevin Windham gave Jeremy McGrath a run for his money. And at his age, Jeremy McGrath can still ride like a freaking demon, that guy. Same with Chad Reed. Chad Reed still rides like an absolute maniac.
So this deputy arrests this guy. He's got him in the back of the cop car in cuffs. An acorn falls on like the hood, which sounds quite close to gunfire if you've ever heard something like that. I'm sure the tink of metal on metal, or acorn on metal. So he shoots up the car with the dude inside of it.
Did he hit the dude inside?
Yeah, the dude's inside the back in handcuffs. This cop gets so jumpy, he did, instead of even checking or looking or anything, he just unloads on the car.
Man,
the guy that he was after was a guy who would shoot you too, though. So I understand the whole jumpiness, but damn, dude, like,
it sucks being a cop right now. I can't imagine anybody like 18, 19, 20, and maybe even early 20s that's like, yeah, man, I want to go be a cop.
Yeah, they unload on it, and neither one of them hit the guy. That's what's killing me. Is like, how many rounds did my taxpayer dollars just waste?
And that's a prime example of of all the defund the police bullshit and all of that. See what happens when you defund the police? Dude can empty an entire a mag into his own car and still miss the guy that's sitting in there.
Oh my lord, that was.
I agree,
You made my
propaganda.
day with that.
Everything is so screwed up right now, and it's by honestly, it's by design. You know, I think it's if you spend a little bit of time googling what's going on all over. You know, Europe is in chaos. They got farmers in France that are literally trucking in truckloads, semi truckloads of shit and dumping it, spraying it all over the government buildings. The way the system has been operating, yeah, the way the system's been operating, I think everybody's starting to realize we've been duped. You know, this is a global, yeah, sure, round it up to give to the charity. The governments all over the world have been just freaking, they have been raping us dry left and right.
Well, I mean, so you know, what is it? There was two things there. One was, I think I saw a meme where it says, "You're telling me that you're sending billions of dollars overseas to help people when you won't even help people here." Like,
so remember the Maui fire?
yeah.
They burned, like a whole entire community burned down. All these people that had.
I mean, somebody set fire to Maui so they could buy it.
We just sent another $90 billion to Ukraine, and the FEMA has at this point FEMA has given out about $1.2 billion to Maui, most of which isn't going to people. It's going to all of these charities and whatnot. So they're just recycling the money back to themselves through all these charities.
Is that true? Is that they put that guy in the car at Taco Bell? That's awful.
It does surprise me in California.
So mad at me for posting Taylor Swift pics. Sorry, I'm sorry. I read these so fast and then.
Yeah. There's so much screwed up shit out there right now.
So many migrants in my area, they just walk around and do nothing. Yeah. That's a whole other thing that's going on.
How about the Joel Osteen shooter? You know, this freaking trans person that's got like pro-Palestinian shit like stickered on the side of their gun when they go into the church to start shooting people up. And
dude, you know, oh my God, it just seems so.
Doesn't that sound familiar? Oh, that's right. Because that shit happened like 6 months ago in fucking Nashville too.
When did we start sponsoring? It's like, so now I'm gonna wear camouflage, but on my camouflage, I'm gonna wear stickers and badges that, you know, support my causes as I walk through the school shooting. And that way they remember where my cause came from.
Useful idiots. Most of these people, especially this whole trans uprising thing, the useful idiots, being bred.
Operation Human Shield.
Yeah, it'd be good money to do it right, but the people that, you know, the same here. Propaganda. My wife is an immigrant. It was close to $60,000 to get her U.S. citizenship. And yeah, it would have been easier for her to just fly into Mexico City and hire a fucking Uber to just drive her up to the border and then just sprint across one of the million places you can sprint across the border and have someone pick you up on the other side.
$10K, you got a deal. Yeah, you got the propaganda deal. 2 genders. So yeah, I mean, what is it, Babylon? You're telling me that there's men and that there's women and that there's crazy people.
Right, yeah, but there is I don't care. There's only two genders. All of this semantic bullshit that all these people try to argue and bring up, that it's all it is. They're arguing semantics because there's way too many fucking kids going to law school right now, and that's all they want to do is they just want to argue the semantics of it. Well, this menstruating person, you mean a woman? No, a menstruating person doesn't have to be a woman. Yeah, they fucking do. Because ain't no dude bleeding out of his dick. If he is, he's got a serious problem. And he needs to probably go to urgent care rapidly.
Especially if it happens once a month.
But like schools and shit, universities that are putting fucking tampon dispensers in men's bathrooms. Stop. Just stop feeding them that shit. These useful fucking idiots don't understand how fucking ridiculous they're making everything.
Does that mean you're a lemon?
Yes, Earl, according to some people, it would mean you're a fucking lemon.
I do identify.
If you ate carrots until you turned orange, you'd be they'd say, I'm a carrot. But anytime you present somebody with that ridiculous argument of, okay, I identify as a fucking horse cock. Well, you're just being silly. I'm not being any more silly than you are. You're a dude. You dressed up as a chick. That's all it is. You're cosplaying as a fucking woman. Halloween's once a year. You want to dress up like a fucking chick and run around? Go ahead.
All right, Ray Finkel.
Yeah. Yeah, propaganda it is. It's all meant. Everything is distraction and demoralizing and keep everybody looking at each other so that we don't pay attention to all of the bullshit that they're doing. I mean, literally, they're sending billions of dollars to fucking Ukraine. My wife's from Ukraine. My in-laws live in Ukraine, and you know that they have a set time, a set date when they turn the gas on for heating. It's not whether or not it gets cold. It's a date that they pick. It could be -5 degrees outside. Oh, we can't turn it on. It's not the date yet. What? Meanwhile, they got all these oligarchs in Ukraine that are just, there's literally tens of billions of dollars that we don't even know, that we gave to them, that we don't know where it went.
So I have to stop you now and take you off on a side road, completely in a different direction here.
All right.
And tell you that since Frank is here, I made some maple bacon crack.
Oh.
Okay. So you take like croissants and you lay them out, and then you take maple syrup and you spread it out over the croissant, and then you take bacon and brown sugar and you lay it all out over that and you bake it. And when I picked up the maple syrup, I got 100% pure maple syrup. I was looking for something Canadian. I was looking for something that said, Canada on it, because I mean, goddamn, that's where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
I instantly thought of Frank. I was like,
I almost thought you're like, I'm going to go off in this tangent here, and you're going to say, I identify as a tank.
That's right. I identify as tank. I'm working on the facial hair.
Frank identifies as a tank. He is Frank the Tank. Yes, I would. I
gotta get my food right though.
I would eat. I would eat that rapidly, quickly.
I didn't want to go off on food, but man, I tell you what, that was like I thought I died. God to heaven. I was like, I kind of questioned it at first, but oh my Lord.
I had at the Old Smoky Moonshine Company, I had the maple moonshine, which is pretty freaking good. I sampled several of them. I had to do the maple one because I am a fan of maple syrup. I love me some pancakes and waffles. But yeah, so far, that's probably in my top three. Of the moonshines that I have tasted was the maple flavor. The number one I'm sticking with was lemon, and I think it's that citrusy that makes it that good. But maple.
I wouldn't get too excited, Tank. I thought about you just before I cut up and cooked a bunch of pig. So
Glenn left, right, meow. $50. Nice. Yeah, I am a single whiskey guy. I drink the only whiskey I drink is Jack Single Barrel.
Huh.
It's the only one I'll touch, and it's actually been quite a few years.
I'm not a big whiskey fan. Crown Royal. Look at these guys. I hope there's no underage kids watching. Oh yeah, there's something I saw over the weekend. I'm sitting down at the laundromat, and this dog walks up. You can see this dog cross the street, and right by the laundromat is a gas station, and guess what? A liquor store. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and the dog just trots up into the liquor store like, I gotta get the boys some O'Doul's. Oh, hold on. And just walks right in. Then he comes back out and he's harassing two guys at this car, and I'm thinking, you know what? He's telling them that he's underage.
Yeah. I think there needs to be a new you know how they got the people that do like the only at Walmart thing where they show the crazy people of Walmart.
You ever been in Junction? Dear Lord, there's craziness everywhere here.
I think there's a place that can compete with Walmart as far as strangeness. Dollar General. Dollar General is an adventure.
Shit, just go to the grocery store anymore.
Well, I'm not afraid to admit that recently, okay, not recently, but for a while now, we get our groceries delivered from Walmart. It's easier, and B, I don't have to go to Walmart. I don't have to go to Walmart, which, as far as Walmarts that I've been to, ours here is not too bad. But there is still some freaking Looney Tunes there. Oh shit, Tank's watching the news. We got a shooting in Kansas City at the Super Bowl parade. Whoa, wow. Hey, they got some
Chiefs parade shooting live. Oh my goodness. Yeah. At least one person was killed and 10 or to 15 others were injured in a mass shooting.
And I guarantee you, it's some fucking bullshit. These mass shootings are getting, first of all, it's an election year. So
I identify as Kyle.
Speaking of, I had a really interesting thing here. East Tennessee State University is in Johnson City, which is about 20 minutes from us. They the Young Americans Foundation paid Kyle Rittenhouse to come speak at the college campus, and they had like a 30-person protest that stood outside protesting. Nothing, just a bunch of people holding signs. But our local news went and like asked a bunch of these fucking nitwits, like, why are you protesting? I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe with Kyle Rittenhouse here. Like, why? Why would you not feel safe? Well, because he murdered 2 people and he got away with it. No, actually, he didn't murder 2 people. He shot 2 people in self-defense that were trying to kill him. The third person who didn't die happened to be pointing a gun at him when he shot him. By the way, all 3 of the people that Kyle Rittenhouse shot were all convicted child molesters. So you might even say that Kyle Rittenhouse did everybody a favor.
You can't even type that out. YouTube won't allow that. I had to allow that for you.
Yeah. One of the guys was a pedo. I think it was actually two of them were. I think the guy that lived with the arm, I believe he had been convicted. Oh yeah, what I got here? Amazon. Hey, thanks, Amazon.
Like it's like going crawling with Joe Collins all over. Don't touch me.
You never want to bend over for your truck.
That's right. So I tipped it over. I'm just gonna kick it back over with my foot. Dude, that's a vanquish. I know.
Yeah.
It's good.
You get exo caged.
No shit. You get something caged.
Yeah, I don't all of this craziness and madness, it's all by design. I mean, go back 2020, same shit happened. Same thing. There was fucking riots and people were burning fucking whole chunks of cities down and shit. And hey, guess what? It's an election year. Because the only way the Democrats can win, especially with fucking Joe Biden, which, by the way, I think I called it. I don't remember if I did, but I called it months ago that Joe Biden ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, you said
he ain't gonna finish. He ain't gonna finish his term. They're gonna boot him out because they can't afford to have him in anymore. Everybody fucking hates him, and he's dragging the whole Democrat Party down with them. Not that Kamala Harris can do any better, but they know for a fact that Joe Biden can't beat Donald Trump in November. He can't. They wouldn't be able to dance around having to have a debate. And if you put Joe Biden on the stage with Donald Trump, Donald's going to eat him for breakfast. There's just the guy just like 2 weeks ago, he was talking about how I had a meeting with so-and-so, the president of France recently, when that guy had been dead for 28 years. Like, God, no, you guys got to fucking stop with this guy. Put him out to pasture, people. Fucking let him retire, for crying out loud. He's old. He's losing his fucking mind, and you're propping him up on fucking stages all over the place. Just let him go retire and hang out on the fucking beach and eat ice cream, wear diapers, and shit himself all day. Just sail off into the sunset. You've done your duty, man. Then. Yeah. But they're going to wait. They got to wait until the
comment from Earl here.
I can honestly say if I'm hungry, I get up and go get food myself. Call me old school, but why has somebody get me food? I have 2 legs and healthy to feed my family.
And all I can say is, okay, Earl, go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's talking about the getting the groceries delivered thing.
Yes and no on this. I have had my groceries delivered, but I mean, I have fibromyalgia. Some days I can't even walk. I mean, and I don't have anybody here to do that for me. So I get, but most of the time, yeah, no, I jump in the car and go down there because it's like 2 blocks from here. So I don't need to go across town or anything.
So our Walmart is probably it probably takes us maybe 20 minutes to get there ish.
20 minutes though is still, I mean,
but I mean, it's everything for us is probably 15 or 20 minutes away.
At the price of gas nowadays, you got to watch how far it just depends on what's worth it to you, I guess. What's worth your time?
For us, it has become more of a convenience because, typically my wife and I, we get in the car, we go to the grocery store. It was 2 hours out of whatever day we went to go do our grocery shopping. And
I'm going to say that he's right, though, and it is killing grocery shop, and I'll explain that my theory on that here in a second.
And I'll even add to that our Walmart. So when we first moved here, we were doing all of our grocery shopping at Food City, and when prices started going up and everything started getting a little more crazy, we were like, well, we have this super Walmart that's kind of in the opposite direction, but it's the same distance or time away. Let's give it a shot.
Sure.
And we went in there and we were like, holy crap, Walmart groceries are like super cheap. And it's all the same stuff. um,
Well, but it's still killing. I still feel like it's killing some of the store.
well,
I
and
know
I
what
tell you,
I know what Earl's saying here. Yeah, it's not for the
it's
18-year-old people. There are people I feel like who do need delivery service, but
yeah, their produce is at our Walmart. Their produce is as good as Food City was. Um, Considering that there's farms all over the place here, I couldn't believe how shitty Food City's produce was. It was like, oh my. But our Walmart has actually gone under construction recently because they're adding in like all of the spots for their delivery drivers to park like right next to the store, and they've built a section on where they collect all of the food for delivery and everything. It's so popular now that they've done all of that construction. Whereas when we first moved here, that it was fairly rare.
look at this bougie fuck. All I eat is organic.
I tried going to Aldi.
Be ordering the IKEA case from IKEA, putting his little trucks in there with the lights.
I tried going to Aldi. I tried to go into Sprouts. I tried to go to, and quite frankly, they overcharge for everything. And I can't see if somebody just slaps organic on the label and it costs 1.5 times more. It's like, well, all you're doing is putting that on the label. I don't fucking trust that shit at all. Definitely don't want my food in someone's car that has no food rating.
I want to just my thought in the ordering and is it's all fine until you go to the store, and then there's some dude with a huge ass cart filling orders, and they're everywhere now. That's my problem. Is it used to be just one or two here and there. Now there's like 5 or 6 of these guys, and they're all over the place. And they've got.
The last time we went to the Walmart was so it was right before, it was last month. It was right before the snow hit. We went to kind of stock up a bunch of stuff, and yeah, it literally, there was more of their shoppers in there shopping for delivery than there was people shopping for themselves. Cape Cod, what's happening?
You know, here in America, I would definitely say that go to another country, go to China or some, go to Japan and eat their food for the next 2 years. You probably lose some weight.
Well, I mean, as far as like packaged,
I heard there's a whole conspiracy that they've been putting stuff in our food for years. They've been
well, but they have
or whatever.
It's, I mean, if you just look at the label and read all of the,
well, corn syrup is in everything. Fuck.
Yeah, and they
put it in our goddamn fuel, for Christ's sake.
My wife is a chemist and a biological chemist. That's what she got her degree in, and we buy as little as we possibly can with corn syrup in it because it's so bad in everything, and they know it's bad for you, and they're still putting it in everything. And what was the other one? Partially hydrogenated anything is absolutely terrible. And yeah, but I mean, shit. Look at the pandemic. Government don't give a shit. They wanted everybody to go out and get the fucking vaccine, knowing damn well that it was only capable of doing a third of what they were saying.
Be careful about talking about the CV-19. We get banned. We work at our channel. We get down for another month.
There's enough shit coming out about that I don't I don't think YouTube can fucking stop it now. Soybean oil, yeah. I mean, soybeans are they were the everything food, tofu and all of this shit. And it turns out that soybeans are kind of fucking useless. It's kind of like corn. Corn really isn't that healthy. The reason why everybody likes corn is because corn with butter and salt on it is freaking delicious.
And a heart attack all in one.
But yeah, food is bad. Um,
Spray it with pesticides. Yeah, some places do. Some, like you said, you can get like what they call organic. You can get farm to table food if that's what you want. I mean, you can go right out here to the orchards in Palisade and pick peaches in the summertime if that's what you want to do.
I get wild raspberries right here. We get mulberries right here. We got two mulberry trees. But the raspberries are everywhere in the springtime. But like we still go to the farmers market. Um, it's usually probably once every other week we'll go to the farmers market here because we have a big farmers market in Kingsport, and it's literally farmers. Um, if you get there early enough in the morning, you see them backing their trucks up with, boxes of dirty ass shit, vegetables and whatnot. And we try, we try.
Feeling like maple bacon crack is not organic. It's not even close to.
Yeah, like oil. I had no idea that like canola oil, vegetable oil, pretty much every oil that they sell in the store, once you start cooking, like you put oil in the pan and you start cooking with it, it um, it can become almost toxic
Huh.
if it's saturated to a certain level. My wife's telling me, like, my wife only cooks with vegetable oil, but she will not like fry anything in oil or anything. If she cooks anything, it's always, cast iron skillet with
Extra virgin.
yeah, extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. It's in. But yeah, it's
It also makes good shock oil.
And my daughter, my daughter's become like a cuckoo health nut. She's been planting garden now. Last year she did in spring. She's going to do it again this year. Trying to plant like herbs and whatnot here, just so that we don't have to buy that crap from the store, because most of it has salt in it. And it's like, why you got to put salt or sugar into everything that gets produced or mass produced? And both of those are so bad for you, especially good old table salt. It's absolute garbage. Yeah, like I mean, like
one last topic for the show, but that's
we
it.
have. I gotta tell you, propaganda. Like we used to go out to eat all the time. Like before we moved to Tennessee here, we would go out to dinner, all the time, at least once, maybe even twice a week. And when we got here to Tennessee, and my daughter is, she's studying to be an herbal pharmacist, and she started learning all of this stuff, and it was like, oh, you can't go anywhere. I can't step foot in a McDonald's. I can't eat a hamburger from anywhere now, because as soon as I smell, it's like, oh my god, I'm not even sure if that's cow. That might be like part horse, part goat, part who God knows what. Yeah, and along with all the other shit, they keep us distracted from all of that.
Is that like Mr. Beast? Is that like Kevin Talbot meat? Like Kevin Talbot hamburgers?
Well, I think it was Mr. Beast had a problem with one of the
Talbot
because
burgers?
Mr. Beast burgers, he just has like other restaurants make his burger for him. McDonald's, bunch of hamburgers, burritos.
I ate all that. I do too. You know, if you know anything about that, the breakfast burritos actually come in a carton with it, and you just shake it up and pour it right on the grill. So
I recently heard the story about McDonald's French fries and actually the potatoes that they make those French fries from. Those potatoes are only grown and only sold to McDonald's. Nobody else in the world gets those potatoes.
interesting.
The process that they go through is insane. They say that the pesticides and the chemicals that they spray in order to keep the color, and the color is very important because the French fries have to be universal. The pesticides and the chemicals that spray on them, that when they actually pull the potato out of the ground, they store them for 3 weeks so that all of the crap can leach out
Nice.
of the potatoes, so that basically they are almost toxic.
It's a curing
when they pull them
process,
out of the ground.
more or less. Yeah. Huh. $17 for a Big Mac. Yeah. Make it easy. You know the Coke. Have you ever had Coca-Cola at McDonald's and you notice that it tastes different?
Because it is.
It's actually not different Coke. It's how they store it that makes it different.
And it's their specific mixture that they use. Also, the fact that if you've noticed, McDonald's straws are bigger diameter than most other places' straws.
Sure.
And that is partially for the carbon dioxide bubbles.
Haven't done that in years. Yeah. So I got one other thing I want to mention to you. I know we got off on this food tangent, but I got one other thing I want to bring up to you, and then you can have your show back.
All right, fire away.
So I said something in a Facebook post or something about getting paid to drive RC cars, and somebody had come back to me and said, people actually get paid to drive RC cars? And I said, yes, there are people who are getting paid to drive RC cars. I said, but about 90% of those people are doing it off our dollar.
Yeah. It's not people getting paid in the way you think, like, hey, I'm sponsored by Buc-ee's and they pay me. No, I'm sponsored by all you saps that give you that give your money away for free.
That it's like I said, you got to just pay a little bit of attention. That guy who's running the that ultimate Vanquish crawler with the cage and everything that is at least $3,000. It's like, yeah, maybe he got that by hosting all those events you went to.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing, going back to food, the other thing that
going back to food,
when you go to Disney parks, the only soft drinks that are available there are Coca-Cola products. Did you know that Coke gives all of that to Disney for free?
No shit,
to ensure that there are nothing but Coca-Cola products sold at Disney parks.
I heard that the Coca-Cola fountain god is endless. I mean,
well, and if you think about when the last time you went to a Disney park and bought a drink there, how much that drink cost? Now think about it as these assholes are getting that shit for free, and they're charging me this much for it. Man, you rat bastards.
Dude, but it would be funny if you caught your banker out there with an RC car.
Team drivers are a joke. Yeah. I like we talk about these things. Absolutely. That's what this show is about. It's
team
about
drivers are a joke.
And everything.
That was one of the things, like I said, so somebody posted in there, well, I'm a team driver, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, good for you. I'm glad you paid for participation.
Yeah.
Get 2%.
2% off full price.
2%.
So, like Earl Moorhead, he's sponsored by Chase Bank, and if you have the right Chase Bank card, you can get 2% cash back. So, yeah, team driver for Chase Bank. It might not be entirely untrue. Because Earl could get 2% off everything he buys using his Chase Bank card. Not a sponsor.
That's why I do things.
I feel you. That was the whole purpose of moving here and buying what we bought, so that I ain't got to listen to nobody else. I do what I want.
Right.
You know, if I want fresh meat, I can literally go outside right now and shoot a deer and have venison, because I got a whole goddamn family that lives out here in my front yard.
It was used up in bonuses, those sons of bitches. Of course they said some bullshit like that. Do they know how
I have the Capital,
Charlie?
I have the Capital One card that where I have the Capital One shopping thing. So you get the app, and then you shop on the app just like you would shop on Amazon app, but it's through Capital One, and you can buy stuff from all over the place. And yeah, there's some stuff that give you as much as 15% off. And it's like, heck yeah, put it on my credit card, get 15% off, and then just pay it off right away.
Jesse passed up 8 deer driving down the street. I bet Dad's got deer outside the house somewhere.
I like to post ass and don't care if it offends anyone. I don't have sponsors and don't push crap products. Hey, you know what? Like I've said it for a while, propaganda. You're doing Instagram right, man. You do what you want. You post what you want.
Whatever happened to Banggood? That's a damn good question. But yeah, I mean, and that's the people who I truly like, is the people who do their own thing, who have been doing their own thing and who have always done their own thing and don't buy into the sponsors of the bullshit of it all.
And by the way, propaganda, the WWE figures page or YouTube channel started popping up on my TV again, out of the blue. Like over the weekend, I was like, "Oh shit, propaganda, freaking WWE." I don't know if you haven't been making videos over there, or you have been, and just YouTube isn't pushing them to me. But hey, man, whatever happened to Banggood? Yeah, I don't. I mean, they're still around.
I know that they're still out there, but you don't. I feel like you don't hear it nearly as much in the YouTube influencer videos. I guess doesn't seem like Banggood is quite as prevalent as it used to be about 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of that is everybody got worn out. I mean, it's the same thing as trying to push all the Amazon shit.
Right.
That, you start pushing, low price, cheaper hobby grade RCs that are questionably hobby grade. After a while, word gets out that, oh, okay, so I paid $50 for this thing, but it's basically a Tyco or a Radio Shack. I can play with it for a little while. Something breaks on it. It's garbage. Can't do anything with it.
Right.
Yeah, I just, it's funny that he started doing the reviews again, and it popped up. So the YouTube algorithm, to a certain degree, is working for you. Yeah, JM, 6 months later, the part shows up. I ordered 2 things from Banggood, neither of which ever showed up. I had to they had to give me my money back, because they literally, it just never showed up. They, that tracking and all of this, and it just got fucking lost somewhere. And I was like, okay. And after the second one got lost, I was like, all right, well, obviously Banggood's not for me. I'm 0 for 2 here. Take a hint. Take the hint. You're not going to get your shit. Speaking of which, I don't. I was talking earlier about the whole sim racing thing. I don't understand the sim racing business model because every single company that makes sim racing stuff, wheels, hubs, pedals, fucking shoes, gloves, you name it, any of the periphery, they are they are ridiculously slow about everything. It takes them forever to ship their shit out. They basically don't respond to any customer questions or anything. It's like, oh, fucking
That's because they
whatever.
know you're gonna pay for it.
Um,
I don't know. That's
Zip
that's
ties and duct tape, yeah. Yeah, but that leads me to, because I did mention to this particular gentleman, Jimmy over at Apex Sim Products, uh, out of New Jersey. Fantastic job, fantastic customer service. I ordered something from him about a week ago, and I hadn't heard anything, and not even like a order confirmation or anything. And I sent him an email saying, "Hey man, I just want to follow up. I haven't gotten anything from you." And not only did he say, "Oh crap, sorry, we've been in the process of moving into our new location, and your order fell through the cracks. I'm on it. I'm overnighting it to you, and because what I got was a little button box thing, and he's sending me the bracket and all the bolts and everything to mount the thing up for
nice.
free." So I was like, "Hey man, dude, I want to give you a shout out because that's bang up customer service right there." Because I've dealt with some other companies, Fanatec.
Horizon don't even. I don't even want. JM. We interviewed people from Horizon. I've met people at Horizon. Horizon people fucking suck, dude.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say. Them cocksuckers are sons of bitches. Every single.
that is. Um,
That's me putting it to you politely. I can't even. I read.
that
Brian
is
Brian
that is
Parker's not really. He's not really axial, is he? Though.
no,
It's like
no.
Brian
Brian
Parker's
Parker is not
an
actually
asshole too,
affiliated with. He's not even affiliated with Horizon. I
but yeah,
don't.
the camera guys, I don't care what you say. I feel like all those people that I dealt with in that time that I was there are just ugh, please.
My impression of the Horizon people are that there is at a certain level that, like the people at A Main, there are people at a certain level at A Main and Horizon who are very much interested in the hobby, and they're very much involved. And then there are the people that are at the level that don't give a shit. Most of those are the people that are the shot callers. They're the ones that are above the pay grade of everybody else. Horizon, especially, I had the same experience with a bunch of people that I dealt with and talked with at Horizon, that it was like, it's all a show. Like Proline by the Fire, all these, guys that are running around, they're like super excited and super jazzed and running down. But when you get them off to the side, they don't give two shits about what's going on. It's all about putting the event on and making sure that people are happy and whatnot. But they don't fucking care about any. They don't care about anything that
It
they're really
reminds me of
doing.
that interview with Rich Trulio,
Yeah,
because I mean, just oh man, just talking to Rich behind the scenes and then talking to him on the show, and it's oh my god, dude. Like you said, I bet some people are pretty great. I bet there are people I probably didn't meet that probably are fine, but
hey,
it seemed like
the whole motorcycle thing. When I was trying to get answers out of the customer service people at Losi and Horizon, there were some people that honestly were straight up, and they were, hey, look, yeah, man, this is a fucking mess. We know it's a mess, and we're doing everything we can to try and mitigate the disaster. But sorry, there's only so much that we little people here can do, and there's only so much that anybody can do at this point because somebody along the way screwed up. Those people are never going to be held accountable because it's a big giant company. It's the way it is. That's corporate America. um,
Held accountable. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were tied into like maybe 50 different RC companies, you know, one person over here shouting out that you guys are fucking scam really wouldn't matter.
Well, I mean, when you look at the sheer scope of Horizon, this is $240 million a year. Horizon goes through. The next closest is Traxxas, and they're about 40 million a year. There ain't anybody even close. And Horizon they've been buying everybody up because they can. And Horizon is owned by Lincoln something or other, which is basically a hedge fund out of Chicago that they literally don't give a shit about Horizon and except that it makes them money. It that's all it is. Fan events and all of this crap that Horizon puts on and whatnot. The reality is that those events make shit tons of money.
Could you imagine what we could do with like 100, or I was thinking 1,000. Like if we had 1,000 X Maxes all tied together, I mean, could we pull a tank with 1,000 X Maxes? Could we pull the tank with 1,000 X Max?
Yeah. I mean, I'm no fan of Traxxas, but at this point, I'm more of a fan of Traxxas than I am of Horizon now. I kind of strayed away from like wanting to buy any Horizon umbrella products anymore. Primarily because I mean this fucking motorcycle, the worst RC buying experience ever. And I know a ton of people that had the same, hey, I'm pre-ordering this thing and I'm going to have it in my hands in a couple weeks. 3 months later, still going, where the hell's my motorcycle, man? Like them little freaking kids in China can't build these things that fast? Bullshit.
Everyone is dumping the motorcycle. Yeah, especially now. And like money is what it's all about. Absolutely.
And the aftermarket companies went batshit crazy. GPM and T-Rail. You could rebuild this whole fucking motorcycle out of aluminum now. From GPM, T-Rail, I forget who else. Hot Racing's got some shit.
What do you call that? The dog killer?
Smile More used 10 X Maxes in one ski. Skiing across his driveway.
Nice.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. I held off on the Pro Moto. It looks cool. I'll tell you what. I wouldn't suggest anybody getting this thing. It's fun if you're really into motorcycles. If you're really into dirt bikes, yeah, you'll probably like it, like I did for about 6 months.
I'm gonna hop it up. I'm gonna make it all aluminum.
I didn't even hop it up. I didn't even hop it up. I got like 2 of the aluminum things, and that was it. And I was like, who let loose with the hedge cutters on your head, Rich? I did actually.
When you're young, you gotta end it with a threat, though.
Like, good to see you, man. Good to get yelled at. Yeah,
I was just thinking we haven't been yelled at, and I need somebody to like threaten me, so I feel under pressure right now.
I got me a set of wall clippers, and I shaved it myself. Because honestly, my sport clips that I go to, they were the last time I was there, which was probably like 5 months ago. They were raising their price again. So for me to go in there and get literally the easiest haircut in the world was going to start costing me like $32. And I was like, damn, dude, $32. That's like a trip to McDonald's for me and my wife. If I spend $49 on a set of wall clippers and just do it myself, that'll save us money. So in 2 months, we'll be able to make a trip to McDonald's.
There you go. Jesus Christ.
I shit you not. The last time I went to McDonald's, me, my wife, and my daughter, each with a burger. I don't eat French fries, so I didn't even get French fries, and 3 drinks. It was like $46 at McDonald's.
Well, it used to like
It
so.
doesn't even have
so
fucking cheap anymore.
I gotta admit, so you were talking about it in the price, like money. So here's the thing, like $135 RC servo, 4 years ago, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, sure, $135. Now today, I'm looking at $135 servo, and I'm like, I can't.
I can buy that same servo from China for $14.
I can't do it anymore. I just can't bring myself to somebody
And
said, "Can you recommend a servo to me?" Because we were talking about the TRX4 and the micro servos and stuff. And you recommend a servo or a servo? And I was like, "No, I can't. I'm sorry. I just and I hate giving advice online in the first place because
anytime I see anybody ask for servo advice, I always tell them the BETU 45 kg on Amazon. You can get them for like $23, and the thing is an absolute beast. It's an aluminum case, watertight, all metal gears, ball bearings, the same exact shit that you can buy from Reefs or NGFD or Spectrum or any of them fuckers that are ripping you off. Same thing. Okay, maybe it's 10 grams light. Maybe it's only really a 35 kg. Who fucking cares? Who cares? If you need a 75 kilogram servo for your crawler or for your whatever,
I mean, I live in an area where there's a lot of sandstone, and we have found out that you definitely need a certain amount, which is right around 450 ounces or so. But that's still not. I mean, you can get that out of an Amazon special. You don't have to go buy a.
I tell you, propaganda that the BETU. I have it in my my Vanquish Phoenix, and that thing's been spot on since I got it. And I mean, I was a big Reefs guy. I got Reefs 500s all over the place.
I was gonna say if I really had to say something, I'd say Reefs 5, but I don't want to bring up Reef. I don't even want to talk about the fucking 500.
You couldn't pay me enough money to buy shit from that fucking shyster.
That guy has. You talk about somebody who gets paid the RC. He is really just
Pink.
getting paid the RC.
He made a pink servo for fucking Valentine's Day.
Did he really?
I mean, he's making them out of now he's making all the cases out of brass, polished brass.
I saw the brass ones. I didn't know he made a pink one for Valentine's.
So 2 years ago, if you're watching
Valentine's Day or breast cancer.
No, it's Valentine's Day. But 2 years ago, if you're watching the Scales News Update, you're hearing Harley bash the shit out of people for doing brass everything. Brass servo. Why would you put a brass servo? You're going to put all that weight high up and blah, 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 making fun of it. Guess what? Now the fucker's talking about, oh, yeah, brass servo. You got to have it. You ain't fucking scumbag. You sell out. Yeah, professional engineer living outside of Sacramento, California, making buku money, working for Vanquish, one of the high-end RC companies, making all your money.
That's what I'm saying. It's the people
spending money at everything yeah, dude. You want to pay $240 for a servo? Great, but now you're on the fucking YouTube pushing it on other people. And look, hey, nobody needs a $200 fucking servo. I don't care who you are.
But the people, it's like you said, so people, they'll do research into a product, but they think it's great, but they won't. I don't know, man.
Well, and how many times?
This is why I have such a hard. There's people behind that product. There's people behind whatever product that you buy, and some of these people, like I know these people, and I'm like, oh my god, no, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't be cool about this anymore.
The thing that got me was the whole discussion that I saw about a guy who called out, I think it's NRCD, whatever
Oh
that
yeah,
company that makes servos.
NSDRC or something.
Yeah. And the owner of that company posted a whole explanation of there's only three servo companies in the world. Only three. And they make servos for everybody. So whatever servo you're buying, you're getting it from one of those three manufacturers, and they're all in China. And they literally make everybody's servos. And he's like, some companies even have their brand name servos made there, and then they have off-brand servos that don't have their logo, and they sell the off-brand ones on like Banggood and Amazon and places like that for dirt cheap. And then they have their branded ones that they sell for $250 that are literally the same thing. And I read that whole thing and I was like, it's every single product that we buy now is like that. Everything. You know that there are companies that build the manufacturing plants that build the iPhones in China because the people who work there can't afford to buy iPhones. There's a plant that's literally right across the street that builds the fake iPhones. And guess what? It's the same company. They just, Apple told them that you can't make your knockoffs in the same building as ours. So they literally just built a building across the street and are like, all right, cool. You can fly to Shanghai right now and buy an iPhone where the Apple's upside down for about 230 American dollars. You know how much the new iPhone sells for here in the US? Over $1,300.
I don't know why Savox has that signature.
Yeah.
I don't know why Savox has that.
Who are the suckers? We're the suckers. We're the ones getting suckered. I can tell you because I almost did it last month. I happened to catch the Samsung unveiling event for the new S24 and S24 Ultimate, and I watched the whole 45-minute deal, and I was like, oh, I told my wife, I was like, you know what? The end of February, they're gonna have them things in the store. We might have to go get ourselves one of them newfangled phones, man. Them things are awesome. You know, you push on a little star thing, you take a picture, you push on a little star thing, it'll go to the website, it'll Google it, and it'll tell you 47 places where you can buy it. Like, how cool is that? And like video editing, picture editing, you can literally like AI manipulate your pictures and your video on your phone. And as I'm sitting there telling her all of this, I stopped myself and I was like, oh my God, I just became a Samsung salesman. I'm trying to sell you. I'm going to buy the Samsung phone that I literally don't even need.
I know what you mean.
Because I only do 3 things on my phone. I play one stupid little like Tetrisy game on it. I talk to people on the phone, and I look at Facebook and shit on there, and that's it. Like, man, why the hell do I need to go buy a $1,300 phone? It's literally the same thing that I have in my pocket. I have Samsung propaganda. It's anybody that tells you they don't look at porn is lying.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
This is the S21 FE, the fan edition. It's a great phone. I've had it for 2 years now. It's fantastic. I have no reason to get rid of it and get a new one. Now, like I said, I'm sitting there and watch this thing, and I had myself sold that I needed one. Gotta have one.
What about this backpack where you can fit everything you own into it and then take it with you when you go hiking? You need this because you need everything you go, because God forbid you should have to walk 5 feet back to the truck.
Or you should have back problems for the rest of your life because everybody wants to feel as tough as the guys in the military that, you know, have to hump 40 pounds of shit around on their back because the military orders them to. And you're only a real man if you do that. If you only carry 20 pounds of crap in your carry-all RC bag, then you're a fucking sissy.
Man, there's another guy who's
Fancy.
looking for $1 everywhere he turns.
Oh my lord. Yeah, I have a carry-all RC bag. It's over there, and it
Why can't I remember that fucktard's name right now?
I can't remember what I basically have a bunch of like
Mike George.
is it Mike George?
Is it Mike George from Carry All? Somebody.
Yeah. I mean, literally RC carry-all bag version 1, cheap Chinese piece of shit.
Absolute knockoff. He just slapped a sticker on it.
That had all kinds of issues with it.
Another rebranded bag, but just better.
Well, he 3D printed an X that slid over the straps, and he put some carabiners on it and called it a carry thing for your RC car. Which, if you ever hooked up a one that had aluminum axles or anything on that, it just tore the shit out of your axles. It made them look like crap. Then version 2, because version 1 they stopped making. His supplier was like, "Oh, we're not making that piece of shit anymore because we sold them out of Walmart, and that was it." Version 2.
My favorite thought is he turned around and he did version 2, like immediately after. I didn't make enough money, so
he only had version 1 out for a year and a half.
Yeah, man.
And then version 2 came out after he was in utter dismay over his, and he had to talk to people.
I understand that he had to do. I mean, he had to do it overnight. I mean, I get that, but the thing about doing it overnight and what happened is everybody who had version 1 is now disappointed because.
And you didn't offer anybody that had a version 1 a discount for buying a version 2 with a winch to put it on. Right. I believe JB did a meme about the backpack that was like a backpack that was the size of like a Ford F-150.
It's like the size of the guy of the backpack. It's like,
yeah, propaganda. I did the same thing. The only reason why I didn't like completely unload on everything was because of the connection to Operation 11 Charlie. And at the time, I wasn't about to be like, dude, this is literally a cheap Walmart piece of shit. Your 3D printed thing fucking breaks.
Yeah, I remember Javier was all like, you guys are all gonna get a bag. You're all gonna, and I was like, kind of was like, you can keep your fucking bag, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember that promise for 2 months. Oh yeah, getting you a bag, getting you bags. All of us.
That's not behind the scenes shit, where he got his friends' bags.
He got a really nice setup, and then he got a version 2 setup for himself, and he got a couple version 2s for his close buddies. But the whole time telling us that he was going to get us one too, and never got one. My wife got mine for me for Christmas, and she was irate because number one, she went to order the thing and their website was a joke, and she actually had to call the guy and talk to him about ordering, like, hey, my husband's a part of this Operation Lone Training thing and he wants the bag and I can't get it. What the hell? So he had to like walk her through and order it over the phone. And then I got the thing, and yeah, it wasn't until after I was, done and gone from then when I could actually be honest. That was one of the first shows we did, was beating the hell out of this piece of shit bag that was literally so overpriced. And it was nothing but a off-the-shelf backpack that you could buy from any backpack supplier in China, that he 3D printed the plastic. Now he makes the X thing out of aluminum because so many of those things fucking broke. That I don't know how many freebies that guy was printing out and shipping off, but one-handed RC controller on Holmes Hobbies today. So
I
now
wonder.
you can all and drink beer at the same time.
Well, and I wonder if
Like a
you could.
week.
Could you can control two with one hand, because I can see my Irish girlfriend getting into this.
Yeah, propaganda. I mean, literally, just have the things machined out of aluminum. Stick your sticker in the middle of the thing, and just make it so that it slides over the bands of any backpack.
With two 6-channel. Oh, that's really not so bad, honestly.
The Fly Sky and the Radio Link controllers.
He got
I had
pissed off at Soar Graphics for making a clip set. They went to Amazon. Soar Graphics. So what was it? Yeah, Jay Kendall went to Amazon, basically.
You can't see it, but there's my backpack right there, and that is literally the Amazon sells these nylon. It's like nylon. It's a nylon strap that has 2 D rings on it, and it is. They make them in a bunch of different lengths, and they're for hanging hammocks on trees. So you wrap it around the tree limb, and you put the hammock hook on there, and it's. I mean, you'd literally get them for like $7 or $8, and 2 carabiners. It's the same exact thing as a carry-out backpack, but I spent a total of like $22 on it, and I can carry a car on my backpack, super easy. Yeah, they did. They had a RC Carryall had a shit fit over Soar Graphics,
making little clip sets,
selling a little clip set that you could clip onto any backpack.
It wasn't even a backpack. It wasn't even a whole backpack. It was a set for a backpack that you could buy from them.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody had said it. I don't know if you'd said it before, but Mike George actually called Operation Lemon Charlie.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew about this shit.
So Store Graphics sponsors Operation Lemon Charlie, just like
RC. Yeah,
he called and said, "You got to oust them. They can't be your."
Mike George called and asked us to get rid of Kendall and Soar Graphics. Yeah, that's no shit.
Because they were making a competing product. It's like, wow, dude, that's pretty freaking. Not a whole lot of confidence in your product there.
I'll never forget that, because I was like, why is Mike George calling me? What the fuck?
It's so much behind the scenes bullshit that people never heard about or hear about. That it's common, and it's common in the RC community with a lot of these groups and clubs and organizations that are all.
I gotta mention one more thing here, because I think you'll agree with me. They were talking about. He's talking about Holmes Hobby making these controllers, right? John Holmes, man. Now there's an interesting guy. That guy is intelligent as fuck. I mean, he could talk to you about rocket science and blow your mind. I mean, it is. But yeah, I don't think he'll be going anywhere. I think that you'll see him in RC for a long time.
Well, I mean, John Holmes, I think the big part of his electronics business is actually e-bike stuff.
Oh, really?
He's very, very big in e-bike electronics, e-bike batteries, and things like that. Yeah, John Holmes is incredibly smart. He's a very, very good electrical engineer. I think
I don't want to say it too loud, but I mean, you guys. I mean, it's you guys. Whatever. I've sat down and smoked a doobie with John Holmes and sat there and chilled with him and talked to him about RC and the world and shit, where he thought shit was going. So I mean, the guy talked to me for about 15 minutes, and I had to tell him, look, I can keep up at like a college level. You need to slow it down.
Well, I think that's where John and Harley's friendship stemmed from. Was I think they've known each other since college days, because I mean, I bash Harley quite a bit, but Harley is a super smart guy. The only
other thing I wanted to bring up about the this whole thing, other than John being smart, was, John did make a motor for Operation Lemon Charlie, but you don't see him talking about. You don't hear anything about that shit anymore, do you? That kind of
No.
dropped off the face of the fucking earth. So it makes
Well,
you wonder.
I think you see a lot of things that aren't associated too much with Operation Lemon Charlie. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I tried to watch the show, and part of the thing that struck me was I didn't really recognize anybody on the show, and not only that, I didn't really recognize a lot of the people in the chat. So it's kind of it's kind of a new audience, moved on to things. It's a whole new group of people to get money from, and you get people that come around for a while, and once they start to kind of go like, I might get a little skeptical, then they bolt, and new people come in. It's the same thing as any any kind of organization that's out there promoting itself like that. But the big thing is, like I said, the people get, once they've been around, they get skeptical, and then they bolt. They don't, they're not going to sit there but also on top of that, you can only watch that for so long before you're like, okay, I get it. You're helping vets. You say brother one more time, and I'm going to punch myself in the face.
Jesus Christ.
See the end. Yeah. Like receiving the product when that never happens. Yeah. And that's ultimately for companies that donate anything and give products away, ultimately is a tax write-off. And depending on the size of the company, depending on how involved they are, depends on the kind of results. Like, Horizon, for instance, they don't care. They don't care what goes on. They donate crap to people all the time, and they literally don't. Yeah, whatever.
I don't want to get sued, but I mean, the numbers on the Operation 11 Charlie server would blow you guys away. Let me just put it to you that way.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is the math. 500 servos on $165 a piece. Do the math. You can see how much money there was made there. Hey, didn't USTE get canceled this year?
Did it?
I think it did. I think they lost the venue.
Really?
Yeah, I think I think they have to find a new venue.
No way.
Indian donation. Now, Earl, it's funny. I used to think that China was like the biggest scam artists in the planet, but I actually think that India's given them a really good run for their money, because most of like the scam calls that I've gotten lately they're definitely from India. Hello, my name is Bob. I work for the IRS. I am calling because you owe back taxes. Really, Bob? Do I? Where exactly would you? Well, what I would like you to do is go to Walmart and get a prepaid debit card.
I'm sorry,
I can't hear you. IRS need a debit card from me.
Be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you quite correctly. You said you owe me back taxes?
Yeah, it's like, and it's always, I've gotten the IRS one a couple of times, and it always shocks me that they literally like try to pawn themselves off with like, hello, my name is Jeffrey. No, it's not. Your name is not Jeffrey.
Okay, Ahmed.
Yeah, in the Nigerian prince. I just need you to deposit some money in this bank account.
The IRS, yeah, normally they send you a letter or they'll show up with the police. They're not really the type of people to necessarily call.
I can tell you it's always a letter first. Gotten a letter from the IRS, and they're fucking scary as hell. Whenever you see that return address on the pre-printed return address, oh my God, I got a letter from the IRS. Last year we got one because I missed attaching a W-2 to my taxes, and they took an extra $149 out of my tax return for that. So like hey, you didn't send this W-2 attached. It's supposed to be attached here. $150. Like, hey man, I can just, all you gotta do is send a return envelope, but I could send it to you. You can have it. Nope, that'll cost you $150.
Well, you can do that. You can do that too, and pay $150.
But I mean, what you definitely not going to argue with them, because you're like, hey man, what the hell? They're like, oh yeah, you don't have a house anymore. We do. We have a nice new house in Tennessee. That's freaking awesome. Sucks to be you. Hey, you got 28 days to get out, by the way.
And it's gone.
Oh, by the way, that tax return you thought you were getting, oh, let's just go ahead and put a negative on that. Now you owe us that much money. Damn it. I'm sorry, IRS. I love you, man. You're the best. You guys are awesome.
That's right. That's right. You get on your knees a little bit more.
If I could get me a I love IRS t-shirt, that would be fantastic. If you guys want to set up a shop on your website, I will be in there buying crap from you all the time.
That's way better than an ExoCage t-shirt, let me tell you.
Not a sponsor, by the way, the IRS.
Or ExoCage.
But if I would accept sponsorship from the IRS. 100%. Hands down.
We will not accept a sponsorship from ExoCage.
I will become an IRS influencer. Yes, everyone should love the IRS. You should pay extra in your taxes every year.
Why'd you put a little lipstick on there while you do that?
Let me go ahead and just lube myself up. Yeah, I didn't. When I was in my early 20s, when I was a student and not making any money, I didn't think that I had to file my taxes. And evidently, I was wrong because I got a letter 2 years later from the IRS saying, hey, by the way, 2 years ago, you didn't even file your taxes. You would have gotten like $840 back for that. But it just so happens that all the fines and penalties, you get zero. And you owe us $1,489. That's right. I went from not filing my taxes, where I would have gotten an $800 return, to paying $1,400 to the IRS. Thank you, IRS. Big fan. Yeah. Hey, man, propaganda, take it easy. Hey, nice job. More notifications on my fantastic phone. Take it easy, propaganda. Yeah, we are about ready to wrap this up. Yeah, I mean, I am not afraid to suck a little IRS cock in order to get on the good side over there at the good old Internal Revenue Service and all those fine people doing excellent work. Yeah, by the way, happy birthday once again, propaganda, and happy Valentine's Day to all of us, because Lord knows we need it. All of us regular hardworking folks over here who put in our day's work and barely make enough to pay all of the bills. And IRS like a box of chocolates. Yeah, that's for sure. They're a box of something.
I'm sorry. I just go back to it, and I'm just thinking about RC Propaganda's dad, and it's like, all the way leading up to Valentine's Day, his wife is pregnant, and everything is like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, damn, dude, that just came at the wrong time of year. You're just the wrong time of year, kid.
Oh, man, actually, if you think about it, it's perfect. His dad's stoked. He's never going to forget Valentine's Day because it's...
I mean...
because it's his kid's birthday, and you know that the wife is going to remind you, "Hey, man, it's little propaganda's birthday coming
But you
up,"
gotta,
and you're all like,
oh,
"Oh, yeah, that's
I
right,"
like that.
and it's Valentine's Day.
Little
Bam!
propaganda. I like little 6-pound, 8-ounce baby propaganda.
And his golden fleece diapers. Yeah, man, this is a bonus. It's like being born on Christmas. You know your parents ain't never gonna forget your birthday.
I just,
Hey, man, happy birthday! Here's
now
all
I
the
gotta get
presents
one
we would
for
have
the
given you.
kid. I gotta buy a present for the kid and for the wife. Great. I gotta have a birthday and take her out on a date later.
Nice. Sophie King's wife was born on Cinco de Mayo. Nice. My wife's birthday was on the 8th of May, which also happens to be Victory Day in Russia, which, since she was technically born under the umbrella of the Soviet Union, was a big deal. She was born on Victory Day.
If you incubate and hatch your children like us lizard people do, you can plan it out.
You get it on the exact day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I got my birthday on June 20th, almost exactly in the middle of the year. So I was not interfered with by any other holidays, except now those fuckers in Juneteenth. A-holes creating a holiday right around my birthday. Bastards. My time. Yeah, no, I don't have any. Hey, that's funny, Earl. My best friend's birthday is also Friday the 13th. Hey, don't leave home on my birthday.
Don't get around any mirrors or black cats or walking the long hallways in hotel rooms.
I tried to research why Friday the 13th was and I never really found anything that was like,
I bet there's like a tons of things that just can.
Shower with my shoes on.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I lay down while I'm in the shower just so.
He doesn't cut anything with knives that day. He doesn't use a fork. I only eat stuff that I can eat with a spoon out of a plastic bowl. Yeah, it is. It is that time, Sophie King. Man, it's good to be back. And
thank you for being here. Fuck you, brother.
Appreciate everybody hanging out. And it's like I said, man, it's good to be back. And looking forward to keeping this thing going because, quite frankly, we have more fun here than anybody else on live shows.
But yeah, really, thank you for being here.
Well, the day they wiped out the Templars, which wasn't, I don't know if that, yeah.
I bet that's like one of the many things that over the history of time that people would consider. I feel like Friday the 13th is one of those things. It's like Cadillac. Oh, that's the Cadillac of refrigerators, or that's the you remember that? That was like a thing that people said. Well, I know that phased out, but I feel like yeah,
it was either the Cadillac or the Rolls Royce.
Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Oh, it's just a stigma.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some. I'm
check it out.
Some more research on that.
I want to know.
But anywho, thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go out and do something fun.
Are we going to be back next week?
We're going to be back next week. It looks like the work schedule is sort of leveling off.
I was just wondering if we're going to take another month off or.
No. I'm not. I'm not accustomed to taking so much time off, but this was, man, it was ugly. It was ugly.
I didn't have any PTO for this. I mean, this
is it's the Ford of RCs. Yeah, I can't remember. So I started my side business in 2018, and I don't remember ever having anything like that happen to me, where like all of a sudden it was boop. Here's more work than you know what to do with, all at once. So hey, it's a good thing. Put a little bit of extra money in the
Right.
pocket. Buy my wife something nice for Valentine's Day. Ooh, yep, forgot to do that. So we'll do something nice for her birthday because that's coming up in. I think I got months to plan for that.
Nice.
Anywho, have a great one, guys. Thank you all for joining. We will see you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday.